What is up, Budget Billers? My name is Trail, and today we have some new information regarding the arrival time of the next stimulus package. As Congress continues to negotiate several things on Capitol Hill right now regarding the Build Back Better plan as well as the voting rights bill, we ended up hearing from Representative Pramila Jayapal and what she thinks about the negotiations with Senator Joe Manchin. Also, guys, the Biden administration kicked off their free at-home COVID test website over the weekend. Now individuals can order a free test to be mailed to your homes starting on this coming Wednesday. And last but not least, guys, we have more statewide stimulus checks being offered in one state. This was one that was a little bit different from the other ones, but I will tell you guys all about it today. Now, if you're interested in any of these topics today and you want to be a part of this channel, be so kind and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you end up liking this video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel. Now, let's go ahead and jump right back into this video. Okay guys, real quick, I need to ask you for a favor and your support on my new YouTube channel that we'll be launching sometime this month. And it's called Budget Bill Finance. And I am going to be talking about how to grow your wealth, how to invest in stocks, as well as how to invest in real estate, as well as showing you guys what I'm actually doing outside of YouTube. So if you want to be a part of that channel, be so kind and go ahead and subscribe to it today. I hope to see you guys there. Now, that link will be down below in the description. Okay guys, starting this video off with some very important news, and that is because the Dallas Cowboys has made it to the playoffs, guys. And yes, that first playoff game is today at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, you guys know that the Dallas Cowboys is America's team, so I need you guys to tune in so that you can root for the Dallas Cowboys and hope that we can win this game today and make it to the second round. That is the very important information for today. Now, in other news, guys, the Los Angeles County has now reported its highest number of daily COVID deaths since April of 2021. LA County on Saturday reported 66 new COVID deaths, which is the highest daily tally since April the 2nd of last year, with daily deaths having increased fourfold in just 1 week. Now, according to the county health officials, the majority of deaths reported this past week were from people who became infected after December the 20th, when the Omicron variant was circulating widely. And LA County's overall death toll has now hit more than 28,000 people since the pandemic began in 2020. The county also reported 41,000 cases of COVID-19 and said that the extraordinarily high number of new cases reflects worsening rates of community transmission. So again, guys, this thing is still spreading like wildfires, and we just can't get it under control. Although we did see some reports a couple of days ago that did state that the Omicron variant is starting to slow down a little bit in counties that were first detected from having the Omicron variant. And also, guys, the Biden administration says that they plan on providing some new high quality masks for free to Americans. Now, this is in regards to that the government and the United States is now realizing that the virus is not going away anytime soon, and we are probably going to have to live with this thing for the rest of our lives. And so because of that, the Biden administration has now offered 500 million at-home COVID-19 tests for you to be able to order starting this Wednesday, as well as they plan on also offering you some high-quality masks for free. Now, both of these are going to be totally free to the American people or anyone living in the United States. That is with the COVID-19 test, where each individual can get up to 8 tests per month for totally free because your insurance company is going to pay for these COVID tests, as well as these high quality masks that they're going to be offering sometime in the near future. And President Joe Biden said that the White House next week will announce how these high quality masks are going to be given out to the American people for totally free. And Senator Bernie Sanders reintroduced legislation on this past Wednesday to distribute some free N95 masks to every person in the U.S. Now, the CDC will soon update its masking guidance to inform Americans about the different levels of protection that different masks actually present to us. when we wear them. But the CDC director has said that any mask is better than no mask. So they are still encouraging you and everyone else out there to get the vaccination shot, to get the booster shot, as well as to continue to wear your mask when you're in indoor places. Now, they still haven't said that when you are outdoor that you do not have to wear a mask. So that's still a good thing. But they are still recommending that if you are in an indoor place, such as a basketball game, a football game, or any type of indoor place like that, they still are encouraging you to actually wear a mask because this Omicron variant is still spreading very widely, and it is very, 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 very contagious, guys. In other news, guys, hey, Medicare is now ordering to consider lowering the 2022 Part B premiums. Yes, the price of the new Alzheimer's drug that prompted record premium hikes since cut in half. They are recommending this to happen. Now, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra has ordered the agency that regulates Medicare to reassess its record high Part B premiums increase for 2022. Now, the CDC, which is part of the HHS, announced in November that the basic monthly premium in 2022 for Medicare Part B, which covers doctor visits as well as diagnostic tests and other outpatient services, would be $170, up from the $148 that was back in 2021. And that $21 hike was the largest dollar Part B basic premium increase in health insurance programs history. Ooh, that was a mouthful. But among the reasons that the CMS gave for the outsized increase was that it needed to set aside money in its reserves in the event it decides to cover Aduhelm, which is the new Alzheimer's drug that was approved back in June by the USDA. At the time, Biogen, the medications manufacturer, estimated that the drug's prices would be around $56,000 per year. And since then, after considerable pushback, the Biogen cut its price estimate roughly in half, saying that the drug would cost around $28,000 annually, effective on January the 1st. But CMS has issued a proposal to cover Aduhelm on a limited basis for people that are enrolled in clinical trials. The agency is expected to make a final decision in April about covering this particular medication. So yes, guys, this is some good news that they are trying to order for Medicare premiums to be lowered for this current year for the Part B premiums. And this is all because of this Alzheimer's drugs that these drug companies are trying to charge extremely high prices when they know it doesn't really cost that much to make this actual drug, guys. I mean, yes, a lot of money goes into the R&D or the research and development, but overall, to be able to charge our Medicare patients this type of money, $56,000 per year, when most of these people are receiving Medicare coverage, I mean, come on now. We have to make these drugs more affordable, especially for our seniors, our Social Security recipients, and all other types of individuals that are on low or moderate income levels. And we all know that our seniors don't really have the opportunity to work right now, as well as our Social Security recipients. And if they actually go to work, they could get their Social Security actually reduced. So we need to figure out how to lower these premiums for everyone over the age of, let's say, 55 years old? Yes, they don't need to be having to pay for these type of prices for their medication in order just to survive. But let me know what you guys think, guys. Do you think that I'm telling the truth? Do you agree with me that these drug prices are just too high for these individuals? I mean, come on now, $56,000 a year? Let me know what you think about this, guys. In other news, guys, hey, as of yesterday, January the 15th, most Americans realized that they didn't receive a check in the mail or deposited into their accounts. And that's because 30 million families have actually lost their child tax credit checks, and that actually started as of yesterday. And this is because the Democrats were unable to pass the Build Back Better agenda, which was going to extend the child tax credits for the year of 2022. And I will put all the blame on Senator Joe Manchin. Yes, millions of Americans this weekend stopped receiving their monthly child tax credit payments for the first time in months since Congress failed to pass on the extension of the expanded credit checks. Now, as lawmakers struggle to revive talks to renew the expansion, more than 30 million families that have been receiving the monthly payments for the entire year of 2021 but they will not see another round of these particular checks. Now, the Democrats temporarily expanded the child tax credit in early 2021 as part of the sweeping coronavirus relief package that was enacted by President Biden. But under the expansion, Democrats removed work requirements for the child tax credit and raised the maximum credit amount and allowed those eligible to access half of the credit amount through monthly payments. And many Democrats and advocates have called for the expanded credit to be made permanent for future years, taunting that it is a significant contributor to reducing child poverty by allowing those in the lowest income households to access the full amount, as well as means to help provide relief to middle income families. Now you're seeing folks spending on like bills, food, school supplies, some for savings, as well as some actually paying their debt off, and think this is sort of speaks to the real value of this kind of economic relief payments, especially in the middle of the pandemic. Now, the press secretary for the progressive pollster Data for Progress told The Hill that it's about making things a little bit easier to raise a family and stay afloat in the middle of all of this, as well as the pandemic. Now, the Democratic leadership aimed to pass this extension as part of a larger social and climate spending plan known as the Build Back Better Act, which is a cornerstone of Biden's economic agenda. But unfortunately, they were unable to do so because of the opposition from Senator Joe Manchin. He was unable to push and provide his support on this Build Back Better plan. And that is not the only thing that he is in opposition of, because he is also in opposition of the current voting rights bill that is fighting in the Capitol Hill right now as far as getting the approval in the Senate right now. And actually this past weekend, they were able to pass it in the House. But now that that voting rights bill is moved over to the Senate, Senator Joe Manchin has said that he will not be able to support this particular bill, as well as Senator Christine Sinema also stated that she cannot support this voting rights bill. They both want it to be a bipartisan thing, and they want the GOP to be involved in supporting this bill. But the Democrats are not moving that direction because they know they are unable to get any support from the GOP right now, just like they wasn't able to get any support with the American Rescue Plan. So going forward, they already know that they are unsuccessful with at least getting one support from the Republicans. So therefore, they are trying to pass this bill alone with using the filibuster in order to pass the Build Back Better plan. But Senator Joe Manchin is still not on board. As you guys would wish, most of you guys have stated in the comments section that you believe that Senator Joe Manchin is actually a undercover Republican. And most of you guys have stated that they need to figure out how to kick Manchin off of the Democratic side, because he is the number one holdback to passing much needed legislation. But in other news, guys, hey, we do have some good news, because there is involved another $1,000 statewide stimulus check. And right here in this article, it looks like this is going to be in Florida, because this is a little bit different, guys. Watch this. This particular campaign that this Florida Democrat has actually run. The Florida Democrat wins a special election after promising $1,000 stimulus checks. The self-funder won primary in Deep Blue District by 5 votes. It says that after a largely self-financed campaign that promised universal basic income from the government of $1,000 a month to people making less than $75,000 per year, Democrat Sheila Sherfisalis McCormick won a special election on Tuesday to replace the late Representative Alcee Hastings in Florida's 20th district. A home healthcare company executive said that she will be the first Haitian American Democrat in Congress. Ms. McCormick was leading Republican Jason Mariner 80% to 18% when the Associated Press called the race less than 10 minutes after polls actually closed. 3 other candidates were also running. But the real contest for McCormick in the Deep Blue District, covering parts of Palm Beach and Broward counties, came in November when she won the Democratic primary by just 5 votes. She beat 10 other candidates, including several high-profile current and former elected officials who questioned her self-funding and may challenge her again for a full term. And she won because she actually offered everyone in this particular 20th district a $1,000 stimulus check. Now, I will say this is pretty unfamiliar, guys. I mean, someone actually actually running, actually offered with her own money a $1,000 stimulus check to everyone that has actually voted for her and actually everyone that did not vote for her. I mean, come on now, that is a lot of money. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how much money that is actually going to be, but it looks like she was actually able to raise $135,000 from contributions. So that is a lot of money. That states that she is able to give $1,000 stimulus checks. That is a lot of money, guys. And then last but not least, guys, hey, we did hear from Representative Pramila Jayapal, and she still believes that the Build Back Better plan can still be resurrected. I mean, she talks about in this video that I'm going to show you in just a second how she believes that Senator Joe Manchin is actually willing to come on board. She states that they have all been still in contact with Joe Manchin, and that, let me just go ahead and play it for you guys.
How do we, in your view, what's the next step? We heard from Senator Manchin. You have urged President Biden to maybe go it alone with some executive action for some of the initiatives in Build Back Better. Can it be resurrected legislatively with Senator Manchin, in your view at this point?
Joe, I believe it can. Senator Manchin did call me after he gave that interview on Fox News. And we talked about the fact that, the bill that he had, the framework that he had agreed to just a month before he had given his commitment to the president on that framework was a little bit different than the House bill that we passed. The House bill had a few more things in it that Senator Manchin had not agreed to. And typically in the legislative process, that's a discussion. You can take those things back out if you really can't get 50 votes. And I think in the end, our view is that we can do Build Back Better very close to the framework that Senator Manchin committed to the president on. So right now, we are in the midst of a big push on voting rights, as you know. And as soon as that is done, probably next week, our attention will turn back to Build Back Better. It has passed the House with all but one Democrat voting for it. Unfortunately, no Republicans, just like the American Rescue Plan, which was incredibly successful, popular, and helped our markets to continue and our economy to continue to grow. We might have to do this alone, unfortunately. But it will provide universal childcare, universal pre-K, investments in housing. It will drive economic recovery, continue to drive economic recovery, just as the American Rescue Plan did. So my hope is that we get it done in the next several weeks, certainly within the next month.
So yeah, guys, like I said, she still believes that this particular Build Back Better agenda can still be resurrected, and soon they should be able to get Senator Joe Manchin on board. And she is calling out in this video stating that this could be coming in the next few weeks. And then I saw on another article that they all believe, or the Democrats believe, that they should be able to bring this Build Back Better Agenda Act bill to a vote sometime in early February. So anyways, guys, hey, I hope this information today was helpful to you. But anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. Now, if you enjoyed this type of content and you want to see more, hey, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like this video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.